Well, yeah, for your wife, that's also good example for exercise. But but normally, if you're pregnant, they normally advise you to walk if it's, you're close to your due date. So let's
Yes.
say your the due date of your wife, that will be on June, right?
Yes.
June. So probably May she could start walking. That's a form of exercise up until her due date, so that she could have a normal delivery.
Yeah. So you mean the more close to her due date,
Hmm.
to the baby's due date,
Hmm.
the more we have to she have to get exercise.
Yeah, it should
Um,
be just walking, not extreme exercise.
yes.
But of course, there is really a exercise for pregnant women. Um, yeah, there are advisable exercise. So it's one way to, like I've said, to um, greater chances for your wife to have a normal delivery. Because in my case, even though I really worked that hard,
Yes.
it didn't work out because I have a very, in my case, it's actually different. Um, when my water bag broke, and I've been on labor for almost 7 hours,
Whoa.
but I don't feel any pain.
Yes.
It's like I'm just sitting, and there's even storm that day. It's really
So
raining hard, and I'm just sitting on my bed looking into the other mother. They
yeah.
are, laboring. So it's like, how does it feel? Because for me, they say it should, I should feel pain. But
Yes.
then, um, my my doctor keeps on checking if you know, that's actually called IV, to check
Oh.
um if the baby is almost if the baby could already get out, and the cc for that should be around 10, I think. I forgot. So
Yeah.
for me, it just reached up until 5 cc. So it means the head of the baby cannot get out. So,
Yes.
and since I've already lost a lot of water, or it's actually called the amniotic fluid, so to avoid stress on the baby, they have to do the cesarean section. So there.
Yes. So you wait for 7 hours is very long.
It is. And it's
Yes.
even cold because it's really, um, you know, raining hard during that day. But
Yes.
the delivery part, it's okay, but the recovery part, that's very hard.
Yes.
Yeah. So most mother that I've encountered or met, they say that it's better to have normal delivery because, yeah, you will really feel a lot of pain while you're delivering a child, but after that, everything will, it's you'll just recover very fast, unlike if you had surgery. So
Yes.
yeah. Okay, so I
So
know.
I think every mom is great.
Yeah. So you have to love your wife and take good care of
Yes.
her.
Definitely.
Yeah, you have to.
Yes.
So you're excited to be a father?
Yes.
I like that.
Um, my wife and I are very looking forward to our babies
Hmm.
and curious about our babies. What is he looks like?
Oh, yeah. But
Yes.
do you know what's the gender already?
Yes.
So what is it?
It's a boy.
Eee! So So you're happy about that, but you said it's okay if it's a girl.
Yes, I
Okay.
think that's okay.
Yeah, but it's better, you know. You have already son.
Yes, but we are worried about the boy is more naughty.
Naughty. It's more
Naughty.
naughty. Well, that's really characteristics of boy, just like my son. It's like everything is very different from my daughter. Yeah, everything is very different.
So your son is full of energy.
It is. And he's very clingy, which means every time I'm out of his sight, he will definitely look for me. And there are times that, he has a lot of tantrums. He will just cry so that he could get what he wants. And
Yeah.
he always wanted to be, for me to carry him.
Oh.
Yeah, if I just need, let's say I just need to get the bottle, um, so I could prepare milk for him.
Yes.
And our kitchen is actually downstairs, so it's like he even really wanted to come with me. So it's like, what? Seriously? I need to carry you. You're so heavy. Just stay here. If I would say that, he will cry out loud. Of course, I
Oh.
don't have any choice. I have to carry him and bring with me downstairs. It's really terrible because
Yes.
for my daughter, if I talk to her that way, she'll understand. But definitely she will wait near the door, waiting
So,
for me. But for and
so
she, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, so your daughter is like an angel.
Yes, but for now there are times wherein she's, you know, she tries to mimic or, you know, try to mimic, um,
Mimic?
yeah, mimic to. It's like she tries to do what her brother is doing, just like
Oh.
crying, just
Okay.
asking for milk, and it shouldn't that be. She could just say, "Mommy, I want milk." There are times she'll tell that, but she's like, she wanted that my attention is also um, focused to her. So it's like she is jealous to her brother because my attention is always with him. So there.
Yes.
It's actually hard.
Yes, it is.
It is, and there are even instances that they really fight each other. Imagine that they're just only 4. My daughter is turning 4, and my son will turn out 2. So it's
Yeah.
like they're just already cats and dogs at times. Yeah,
Well, it's really hard.
yeah, it is exactly.
Yes.
So there. What else? So is there anything else that you wanted to share for tonight?
Tonight.
Yeah.
Yes, it's tomorrow. I we have I take a leave to my company
Mhm.
for a day off,
Okay.
and we are going to the east of Taiwan to to for a 3 days tour.
Where is that?
It's Taidong.
Uh huh.
Taidong.
Okay.
Yes, it's it's located in the east of Taiwan,
Mhm.
and we will go there by train.
Mhm. Okay.
Yes, and in the east of Taiwan, there have mountains and have the seas, and because there is there is a there is a there is mm, because in the east of Taiwan there are few there will not so crowded. So
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe we can uh, to take a rest.
Mm.
Yes,
Together with your wife?
yes,
Okay.
and my parents
Mm-hmm.
and her parents.
Wow.
So
Okay.
we have yes. So I have to get my report done by today, and tomorrow I have 3 days. I have a 3 days tour.
Mm-hmm. So,
Yes,
okay. So after class, you have to complete it now. I mean tonight.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah, I'm supposed to give you homework because you've been out or you've been, you often file class off consecutively.
yes,
Well, if that's the case, then Jesse, I strongly suggest for you to
yes,
file or request a leave because I don't want that your class off will be, deducted. And by the way, did you receive the email about
yes,
school rules?
yes,
Did you already apply? I mean, reply to it?
yes. I already applied.
Okay. So let's just go over, okay? This is just for documentation purposes. Aside from the email that you really understand, we wanted also to have a documentation about that you fully understand it.
Yes, I understand that.
Yeah. So let's just go over. Is that okay with you?
Yes, okay.
Okay. So let me just pull up the school rules real quick. So, all right. So first, let's go with the attendance. So for you, you have 20 hours. And for 20 hours, you have or you are required to file class out for 5 hours.
Yes,
So if you exceeded 5 hours, let's say six, you have already 6 class hours. And
yes,
and sometimes, you cannot avoid to file class off because your work, you're busy, um, those kind of examples. So 1 hour will result to 1 hour deduction from the number of your total class hour, okay?
yes.
And you have to fill up the class of form now.
Okay.
Yeah, because before it's okay, you could just send me a message, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but right now you have to. Do you have a copy of the class of form?
Uh, it's in the mail's attachment.
No, it's not on the email, but it's actually under your class record. But if that's the case, then I could just go ahead and send you a separate email with the forms or the link for the forms. Let's say if you
Okay.
want to follow a request. Next,
Okay.
makeup classes.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. So going back with the attendance. So again, if you need to file a leave or if you need to file a longer class off, so you just need to file a leave so that your class hours or class of hours will not be deducted. And you also have to fill up the class of form. I mean, the request form for that.
Okay.
All right. Makeup classes. Do you know what is
Yes.
makeup classes?
Yes, I know.
Okay, good. So just for the record, so let's say you have or file a class record, I mean makeup classes, and the teacher, let's say, failed to attend, then I will give you a bonus hour.
Okay.
Yeah, and then if, let's say, you failed to attend, so an hour will be deducted from your total. So it's like, so let's say we had a makeup class, or we will have a makeup class this Saturday, so you failed. So 1 hour will be deducted to you.
Okay.
Next, so again, you have to fill up the request form for that. Private classes. So do you know what this private classes means?
Yes.
So this is not allowed.
Yes. Okay.
All right. And definitely, I don't conduct private classes also.
Okay.
Yeah, because my schedule is already very full. Just kidding. All right, technical problems. So let's say while in class, in cases of internet problem while the class is ongoing, the teacher should contact Miss Michelle to check whose part is having a problem. So class off will not be deducted during this. So yeah, we just need to notify Miss Michelle. If in
Okay.
case, let's say right now the call got disconnected, maybe you don't have any electricity, or you have issue with your internet. So you just have to inform Miss Michelle to let me know that there was a problem on your end, or, the other way around, or vice versa.
Okay.
Alrighty, that's it.
Okay.
Did you already reply to it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just a bit confused because there were 2 emails that I sent without adding the instruction. Yeah, because like I've said, you need to respond or to confirm on the email.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
good. Next, I have another question for you, Jesse.
Yes.
I'm just curious. I want to know what is your goal. What is your reason why you are taking the English class? Because in my case, we can just do this, every time we have class, having conversation, discussing about your book, correcting your sentences, having vocabulary words. But of course, I wanted to know what is your focus or what is your main goal while you're having this class.
I hope I can use English very influence uh, like in my job or for I hope in my job on my job
Okay.
or go abroad. Yes, I hope English uh can be my one of my language.
Okay. So you want to be fluent.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
fluent.
In talking or speaking the English language. Okay. So definitely you wanted to use this during your work, or if you're working and traveling abroad. Okay.
Yes, during my work and traveling abroad. Yes,
Yeah, you really have to, because if you have customers who doesn't speak Mandarin or Chinese, then the universal language all over the world, that's gonna be English, right?
yes.
Just like if you are watching Miss Universe, are you?
Watching what?
Are you watching Miss Universe?
Oh,
It's actually beauty pageant.
Yes.
I don't remember if there is a representative for Taiwan. I think I don't know.
Yeah.
So there are representatives or candidates. For example, Miss Colombia. Um, Recently, that was Miss Vietnam, I think, or Miss Cambodia,
Yes.
wherein she's really struggling to talk in English um, uh, while introducing herself. But
Yes.
technically, she tried her best, so she could speak the English language. So it's like every candidate's like they really strive hard to learn the English language so they can be competitive during the competition.
Yes.
Yeah. But for some, there is actually translator for them. There would be someone who would translate the question, for example, during the question and answer. So they'll translate the question, and then once she answer, then they will translate her answer also into English. So there,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So it's really better if you really know the language, the English language. And
Yes.
there was an instance wherein Miss USA, she tried to bully Miss Vietnam or Miss Cambodia because her English is not really good. So, but
Yeah.
if since that thing happened, they, you know, if you are fond of using Facebook or social media, you would really read a lot of news. So they tried to, um, they tried to, how do you, they tried to bash Miss USA because if somebody or candidates cannot really speak the English language fluently, do you have to really do that? To bully the
Yes.
candidates? Well, in that case, you're showing you have bad attitude, right?
Yes.
Hmm. Okay, so there, good. I just wanted to take note on that. So for now, I just want to correct your sentences and um, if I will give you a homework, can you do that?
Okay. So I have a question. Do we have a class at next week?
Oh yeah, 28. That's Thursday. Wow, you're lucky.
Yes.
Yeah, 28 up until March 3. There are no classes for those dates. So, on your case, you don't have class.
So next week we don't have a class until the March 7th.
No, on March 7 you already have class.
Yes, March 7th I have a class.
Okay.
But next week, well, I have a holiday,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So if
Okay.
that's the case, then I want to check because whenever you're sending me messages on Skype, there are errors in it that I wanted to focus also on your writing skills.
Yes.
So let's see that real quick. So like your last message that was February 14th. He said, "Hi Shirley, I have to take a day off because my wife didn't feel well.
Yes.
I have to take her to gynecology. Thanks." So the correction on your message is that because my wife did not feel well, which means that's in the past, did. So it should be my wife does not feel well, or you'd say my wife is not feeling well.
Well, is not feeling well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to take her to the gynecology or gynecologist, which is her
Okay.
doctor. Because gynecology, that's the study of,
Oh, okay.
just like zoo,
It's not.
or so there.
Oh,
And then the use of, I don't know if this is just a typo error. So, hi Shirley, I have to take a day off because our department have an year-end party. So you could just say, because our department has a year-end party.
oh, okay.
Because have, that's plural, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if you would say our departments with an S, then there you could use have. So there, those are just some of it. I don't want to go further, so I wanted to test. I want you to write a paragraph or a short essay describing. So what topic do you want to write?
To write.
Yeah.
The topic is about my how about my introducing myself?
Okay. Yeah. Sure. That's better.
Okay.
So. All right. So you have a very long vacation, so definitely we could do that
Yes.
in.
It's 2 weeks.
It should be. Let's say. So if you are gonna introduce yourself, Jesse,
Yes.
I strongly suggest that you have to use the vocabulary words that we've been discussing, or that we have talked about on your book as much as possible.
Okay.
So we have what are the vocabulary words you have learned so far?
The vocabulary.
Do you still remember what are the vocabulary words? Because you can be fluent if you know a lot of vocabulary words, so you could express yourself freely or fluently.
Okay.
Yeah, so moving forward, what we're going to do is that every class that we have will take a list of new vocabulary words that we have discussed on your book. So let's just go to the last topic we have talked about. It is about the restless pursuer of luxurious future. Anticipate.
You mean the book is the brand or?
Yes. Yeah, you could just anticipate. Executive, if you can. Newness, or anything that we have discussed about. Since you're going to introduce yourself, of course, you have to talk about your work also. So that's going to focus on your how you go to work or how you work, how
Yes.
you deal with your customers also. You could add that on your essay.
Okay.
Yeah. So be more creative, and that way we could try to see how your writing skills is, or if you have improved so far. And oh yeah, I often forget. You haven't taken the assessment yet, right? Yeah, you're not yet done with the assessment.
You mean the
Yeah, there's actually an assessment, and this actually started last November. And there are a few students that are not yet done with the assessment, and one of you're one of them. Yeah. So there. So do we have time after next Thursday?
yes.
Yeah. Or on March 7, we will do the assessment first, and then we will correct your writing skills. I mean the essay.
Okay.
All right? Are we good on that?
So you mean the assessment is the page?
For the assessment, don't worry. You know yourself better. It's just more of questions about certain topics about yourself also.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's good, right? So,
Okay.
so you don't need to worry. You don't need to review. These are just questions about yourself. One of the questions I'll give you then um, a heads up so that you know what to expect on the assessment. So one question is that what is the most memorable moment for you so far?
Okay.
Yeah, that's number one question. So there. So those are just plain questions about yourself, about your experiences, about your place. So how good are you in describing your place? Let's say your house, your apartment, and
Okay.
giving directions. Those kind of examples.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I I think the introducing about myself can we be more about focus on the on my on my job or
Yeah, it's
maybe
okay.
my career? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So it's up to you. It's just so my purpose here is how are you good in in introducing yourself through writing.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's already up to you since you're the one who picked the topic, so you know it better. So my role here is to correct your sentences.
Okay.
So put it that on page 16 of your book.
Okay.
All right? So that once you're done, if you could finish it earlier, I can just go over and correct it so that on your class, you could see already the corrections. So I'm going to use red, if there are corrections needed. Just like what we're doing, we have class. So your sentences, let's say there are mistakes, and then after that, the corrected sentences. Okay?
Okay.
All right. All right, so are we good in that?
Okay.
Okay. Can you promise that to me that you're going to do your homework?
Yes, I will do my homework.
Okay, very good. Yeah, because you know what? The momentum or your progress, it's actually being stuck. We're not like going farther. We're not moving.
Yes.
And especially your class is just only once a week. So,
Yes.
so if you often file class off or leave, it's like we are not going. It's like you're like, we're shooting something, but there's no direction.
Yes. I think in the past maybe I want to do too much. I wanted uh, to I have to focus on my business,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to get a get a new job,
Mm-hmm.
and to get a new customer. I focus on I think I hope focus on my job too
Mm-hmm.
much so that I can focus on to keep learning English.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I thought also. You've been very busy.
Yes.
Yeah, but then, as much as possible, even though you're busy, but don't forget that, you have another responsibility.
Yes.
And of course, that's also for you.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly. So there. If only, it's okay if you have twice a week scheduled, that it's fine. Let's say you'll just file class up for once. But in this case, it's really a big difference if, you if you open file class up. So there. We'll just try to correct this next week, where I could just type the correction so that it's gonna be faster also, so that once we started, everything is already there. The pacing is
Okay.
is very fast, and that way we could, it's like we're shooting two birds in one stone. Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty. All right, so I don't want to take much of your time. You could do this, your homework, anytime, whenever you're available. So if your priority to complete your business, your job or your reports for tonight, then it's
Okay. Thank you.
okay. Alrighty, so you take care and have a great evening.
Okay. Thank you.
You're
You
welcome.
too.
Bye now.
Bye bye.